Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. In today's episode, we are back in Japan, and more specifically in the Shinjuku area of Japan. And in today's episode, we're going to be looking at Shinjuku Gyoen, which is Shinjuku Park right here in the heart of Tokyo. And this is a really beautiful park. It was built during the Edo period to be the property of a feudal lord, but then in 1949 it was made public so that everybody could enjoy it. And yes, if you remember one of my previous videos, I had kind of shown a little bit of the park, but I had only spent about 2 hours here. And I felt that the park was so big and so beautiful that I didn't do it justice. So today we're going to be spending the full day here. We're going to be looking at the botanical gardens. We're going to be looking at the different kinds of parks that are here and really seeing everything that this park has to offer. So without any further ado, let's explore. Shinjuku Gyoen sits minutes from Shinjuku Station, considered the busiest railway station in the world and the heart of one of Tokyo's most active districts. Today, Shinjuku is a major commercial and administrative center defined by dense clusters of high-rise office towers, wide traffic-heavy streets, and non-stop movement. Amid this modern urban chaos, Shinjuku Gyoen offers a striking contrast. Originally a feudal estate and later an imperial garden in 1906, it preserves Meiji-era history within a relentlessly contemporary cityscape. The garden survived war and reconstruction, becoming a public symbol of continuity amid Shinjuku's post-war transformation. As soon as you get past the Shinjuku gate, you're welcome to the park with this really nice and open wide lawn, and the lawn does go on forever and ever. And I think this is probably the place that people who have maybe a year membership to the Shinjuku Gyoen would probably maybe not necessarily walk through the park, but maybe at least just come here and lounge around and have a picnic or just enjoy the fresh air. But for me, this is probably going to be my place where I'm going to have some lunch later on. But yeah, it's beautiful to see that this park is so well kept. Also, the green trees on the side and the pathways just make it such a pleasant area and a really welcoming place just to start out. Within Shinjuku Gyoen's English landscape garden, designed in the late Meiji period using Western landscape principles that emphasize sightlines and openness, a vast lawn invites picnics and quiet rest beneath towering mature trees. Side paths lined with seasonal flowers lead to benches, cafes, and shaded corners. Crows common in Tokyo parks gather confidently nearby. Artists often sit painting the scenery, continuing a tradition of observation and leisure. Originally part of the imperial estate, these grounds were redesigned during the Meiji era and opened to the public in 1949. Something that is unmissable right here inside the park is the greenhouse of Shinjuku Gyoen, which was built in 1958 and then was remodeled in 2012 in order to be more eco-friendly. But once inside, you're really in for a treat because you're going to see a bunch of tropical plants and subtropical plants, including a bunch of endangered species of plants that are here in Japan. And it is really beautiful to go through these paths and see all of the different varieties. It kind of reminds you also how cool nature is, how cool Mother Nature is, and how diverse it is. And looking at some of them, it almost feels like you're in an alien planet and almost something that you wouldn't believe actually exists. But yeah, this is definitely one of the highlights right here in the park. And I love always going to greenhouses because even though you may think that they are all similar, well, depending on which continent you go, you're going to probably specialize more in one plant or another. And right here, it truly is super duper beautiful. The greenhouse at Shinjuku Gyoen showcases 1,700 plant species, including tropical orchids, palms, and rare cycads from around the world. At the center of the complex, a small indoor waterfall helps maintain the humid microclimate essential for these tropical plants. The original greenhouse was built in 1958 to support botanical research and public education during Japan's post-war recovery. It was later rebuilt with modern, environmentally controlled design. Today, it reflects Shinjuku Gyoen's role as both a historic imperial garden and a living botanical archive in central Tokyo. Walking through the different paths, I stumbled upon a really nice pond, and I must say that this place has really intertwined nature with more modern structures in a perfect way. And I think that this is kind of the power of Japan in some way, because they always seem to be able to do that. Even in the most remote areas of Japan, I've seen trees that just look so magical. You're almost feeling like you're walking through a Miyazaki film or one of those beautiful animes that just show nature. And it kind of shows where they get their inspiration, and it really shows in the landscaping too, and it just feels like such a perfect place. Shinjuku Gyoen's ponds blend historic Edo period design with later modern landscaping. Certain ponds are designed for borrowed scenery called shake, framing views of trees, hills, or even distant city buildings. Interconnected by graceful wooden bridges, the ponds reflect surrounding mature trees and seasonal colors, particularly vivid in autumn, while the combination of still water, colorful leaves, and large trees creates a serene, timeless retreat within the bustling heart of Shinjuku. Even though we are in Asia, they have a section of the park that is European themed called the Formal Garden. And in this section, they have a rose garden with about 500 to 600 rose bushes, but also 100 different varieties of roses at least. And it is really, really beautiful. Of course, if you want to see the roses bloom, they bloom twice a year, and that would be between mid-May and beginning of June, or mid-October and beginning of November. So these are the 2 times of the year where they would be blooming. But yeah, even if you don't come during that time, you can still see the rest of the garden, because even though there's the rose garden, there's also another section of the garden with lime trees and a bunch of benches that is very reminiscent to what I would see usually in Europe when I'm there. So yeah, it's a very cool place. It's very big, and it does make for a very cool atmosphere. Shinjuku Gyoen's Formal Garden, or French Garden, features meticulously arranged flower beds, symmetrical paths, and manicured lawns, reflecting European landscaping traditions introduced during the Meiji era. Its centerpiece, the Rose Garden, showcases hundreds of Japanese and international varieties, blooming from spring through autumn with vibrant color and fragrance. Designed as a geometric parterre, it emphasizes order and harmony, contrasting with the park's naturalistic sections. Seasonal rose festivals attract photographers and horticultural enthusiasts, highlighting the garden's beauty and historic elegance. I don't think we'd have a complete tour of Shinjuku Gyoen if we didn't show the Japanese section of this garden, and it is a super beautiful section. This is the oldest part of the park that dates back to the Edo period. And this section is made to be like a Japanese strolling garden with a pond in the middle that is divided in different sections and intersected by a bunch of bridges that help you go from one side of the garden to the other. And it is super well kept. And definitely this is the Japanese part. It feels very different than what you would expect in a European style garden or an American park. And it is really beautiful. Of course, there's going to be quite a few tourists because, well, it is a nice part of the park. But if you can tune these people out and just enjoy the nature for what it is a really, really beautiful part. Shinjuku Gyoen's Japanese traditional garden is a serene retreat where visitors relax on lawns, enjoying views of the large ponds in this section of the park. The expansive body of water reflects surrounding trees, seasonal flowers, and the sky, creating a tranquil atmosphere. Originally part of a samurai residence and later an imperial estate, the garden preserves Edo and Meiji era design principles. The Chinese-style pavilion adds architectural charm, offering a picturesque viewing spot. Designed with borrowed scenery, stepping stones, and widening paths, the garden emphasizes harmony, seasonal beauty, and quiet contemplation, particularly during cherry blossoms and autumn leaf seasons. Shinjuku Gyoen is such a relaxing place. But yeah, it does take quite a long time to go and visit the whole thing just because it's so vast, it's so big, and especially when you're filming like me, well, it takes even longer. But I did see some beautiful ponds. I saw some beautiful lawns and beautiful trees and French section of the park too, which since I am European, it was very fun to see. And of course, we are in Japan, so the beautiful, beautiful Japanese section too. But yeah, I think that this is probably the perfect place to end this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed coming on this visit of Shinjuku Gyoen with me. And if you did enjoy it, please be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, leave me a comment too. Let me know if there's other places in Tokyo that I should go visit or other places in Japan that you'd like me to go visit. Maybe I could make that happen. Okay, well, that's it. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.